People, another day, another video. Let's see what there is to talk about today in this crazy sport. We did a video yesterday, so there might not be much, but as you guys know, something always happens in the world of boxing. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget as well to like and share the vids. We recently went past 44,000 subscribers, which is an incredible number. It really is. So thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed, all the old school subscribers, onwards and upwards now to 50,000. We're going to put some effort in to get that number before, I don't know, before the end of the year. We've got to be realistic, before the end of the year. We start the weight cut this Monday as well, people. We start it. No backing down. No backing down. We start it. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I am going to cut weight to the 175 pound limit. I just want to, and we're doing it in 8 weeks. So we start this Monday, which is July 3rd, and we're going to have it done in 8 weeks. The idea as well is to put out an episode every week. So 8 episodes showing you guys what I'm doing to cut the weight, nutrition, some of the places I'm going to, people I'm getting involved. It should be fun. I spoke with a couple of the personal trainers that are putting me through the paces today, and they were like, I don't know. And that's the good thing about it. If it was easy, then it would be boring. If it was easy, it would be boring. Again, it's a weight that I've not been since I was about 20. I'm not joking, about 20. So it's like around 80 kilos. For those of you that keep asking me, Ade, what do you weigh now? There's no point me telling you that. You'll find out when the first video launches. I'm going to go and do, is it a DEXA scan on Sunday, which is going to give me all my body fat percentage, my weight, etc., etc. So you guys will know when that video launches, hopefully next week, Saturday. But yeah, we start on Monday, and part of me is looking forward to it. Part of me is thinking, why the fuck am I doing this? But it should be fun. It should be fun. We've got a few boxers getting involved as well. So hopefully they can share their wisdom of cutting weights. All right, enough of that rubbish. Let's see what there is to talk about today. Something just popped up on my screen. Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, July 29th. We are 1 month away. 1 month away. And I can't wait for it. Is it just me? And it probably is just me. I haven't seen any old Errol Spence videos. But does he talk very slow now? I don't want to say slurred, because slurred would make me think that it's, you know, he's talking like that through damage, which I don't think's the case. But he's very, very slow and he's talking. Terence is very quick. Dum, 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 dum. Errol's very slow. Is it sort of an effect of the car accident, or is that just him? Very laid back when he's talking. It might be. I saw that PBC did something the other day where they showed both of those guys scoring each other on their assets: speed, experience, punch power, knockout, resume. And I thought Terence was very respectful to Errol, like gave him a lot of 7s, 8s, a few 9s in there, I think, as well. Errol, no respect whatsoever for Terence. No respect. I think he scored Terence's resume 0.5. Yeah, I wouldn't give it that. I wouldn't give it much more than that, if I'm honest with you. I have to be honest with you. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. We're just 1 month away. Edgar Berlanga on Munguia. That's the biggest fight right now. I want him in the big house at Madison Square Garden. Berlanga, Munguia. It's a good fight. It's a good fight, isn't it? Between two guys that can punch. I like that fight. Does it fill the big arena? I mean, you get these Puerto Rican, Mexican fights, which have, over the years, been fantastic, fantastic wars. Two very, very prideful fan bases. I'm not quite sure if the fan bases... In fact, I know they've latched on to Munguia. I was in... I did a fight at Munguia's in San Antonio. No, that's wrong. It was California. It was California. I did a fight of his against a guy from Manchester, and the crowd was really into it. I'm not quite sure how many Puerto Ricans have got behind Berlanga. Not sure, but I think if those two were to fight each other, I think the crowd would turn up, and I think it probably could get close to filling a big MSG. Eddie Hearn says De La Hoya, Ellaby, and Lou DiBella are jealous, and they'd give up left testicle to be in his position. Oh, God. Next. Do you guys want me to even get into that? I don't think you do, because I'm tired of that rubbish as well. Dimitri Bivol open to moving down to 168 and fighting Charlo if he beats Canelo. Looks to return in October. just a mess, isn't it? So it's just a mess with Dimitri Bivol at the moment. I've said this, I'm going to say it again. Dimitri Bivol right now should be getting ready for a fight with Beterbiev. As soon as he beat Gilberto Ramirez, it should have been all systems go for Beterbiev. I remember I've interviewed Bivol a few times, and every time I asked about, would you want next, Canelo or Undisputed at 175, he always said Undisputed at 175. He's like, well, Canelo, what's the point? You know, I've beaten before. What's the point going backwards? I want Undisputed. And here we are now, and he's kind of like at this weird crossroads of, do I go down to 168? Do I wait for Charlo? I'm coming back in October, but who against? Dan Aziz, Vosdik? Honestly, it's a bit of a shame. I think it's a bit of a shame, but we'll see what happens. Franchon Crews-Dezurn, bitter over amateur loss to Marshall. It's going to be payback. Looking forward to this one. I think this one's going to be a bit of a scrap. It really is going to be. I was fortunate to be ringside for Franchon's fight against... She fought a Swedish girl on the undercard of Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, defending... Remember, she's undisputed at 168. And she put a beating on that Swedish girl. She's not a great boxer. She's a brawler. Don't be fooled by her glasses and all the, the makeup and all the hair. This girl comes to scrap. And there's going to be a stage in this fight where Savannah's going to have to, a bit like she had to do against Clarissa and failed, she's going to have to stand her ground and trade. And that could be her undoing. But look, I think that's an interesting fight. Can Savannah afford to lose 2 fights back to back? Not sure. But look, it's good that the card's still going on. Obviously, remember, this was supposed to be headlined by Liam Smith versus Eubank Jr. I thought they might scrap the card, but they've kept it on. Tasha Jonas on that card as well. She fights for a vacant belt at 147 pounds. Eddie Hearn here says, not every Canelo Alvarez fight was a success for DAZN. Yeah, I agree. I guess DAZN will have the number that they've got to hit. In fact, I know they've got a number they have to hit. And I'm guessing some fights just didn't hit that number. Some fights, I would be surprised. Like the John Ryder fight as a spectacle looked amazing. Like that entrance that Canelo made in that fight was just sensational. We all loved it. Fantastic. Good numbers in terms of bums on seats. Would that have done good numbers pay-per-view wise? Not convinced. Golovkin 3, would that have done great numbers? I don't know. So, yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens with Canelo. He's now signed this free fight deal with PBC. I think Jamal Charlo will do good numbers. I think it'll certainly do more numbers than John Ryder. 500,000, maybe. I think those days of everyone just getting 1 million or some fighters doing 1 million, them days are done. Unless you've got something spectacular, those days are done. So I think him crossing over to PBC and fighting Jamal Charlo will be good. And then maybe Benavidez, maybe Errol Spence. I'm going to keep mentioning it because I think it could happen, especially if Spence beats Crawford. Or maybe even Jamel Charlo coming up. Who knows? I mean, Jamel's as big as Jamal, right? I mean, Jamel must kill himself to make 154. He will jump up a couple of weight classes. So look, there's options for him over there as well to do good numbers. Terence Crawford, the greatest fight of my career was against Ricky Burns. What a long time ago that was. I'm going to guess and say 9 years. 9 years. Let's have a look. That was a long time ago. Let's quickly jump over to BoxRec. Terence Crawford fought Ricky Burns. Jesus Christ. Wait. 9 years ago. Spot on 9 years ago. The 1st of March 2014. That was a long time ago. You look at the names since then. Gamboa, Beltran, that was a good win. Thomas Dulorme, Thierry Jean, Hank Lundy. Hank Lundy was actually better than some people maybe remember. Hank Lundy was a good fighter back then. Solid. Victor Postal, who again was solid, but Terence ran through him. John Molina, tough. Felix Diaz, Indongo, that was undisputed. Jeff Horn was coming off the win over Pacquiao. Benavidez Jr. talk a lot of smack. It's weird actually seeing that Benavidez now play a heavyweight in the Creed movie. Whoever done that, anyway, we move on. Amir Khan, Cavier Lascas, who put him down. Kell Brook, Sean Porter, Avanesian. It's not the worst. When you read it out, it's actually not that bad when you look into the names. Maybe not a lot of star names, but some decent fighters in there. But yeah, Errol Spence said that was a 0.5 in terms of resume. All right, let's talk about a fight. Here it is. Look, there you go. Just as I was about to speak about it. Andy Ruiz Sr. Deontay Wilder is a liar. He offered 30%. We want 50-50 split. I don't know whether or not it's worth me even having a conversation of what I think Andy Ruiz is worth. This, though, just sums up the top tier of the heavyweight division. Like the very top of the heavyweight division. So guys within the top 10 right now are a fucking disgrace. Removing Joe Joyce and Zhilei Zhang, who had a really good fight and are about to... I think the press conference is today, actually, or tomorrow. And we know for a fact they're getting it on again in September. They're moving. What's everyone else doing? What's AJ doing right now? No idea. Dillian White? Anyone know? Fury? It looks like Usyk Dubois will play out August 26th, I think it is, in Poland. So it's a credit to them. What's Wilder doing? What's Ruiz doing? What's everyone doing? Like, everyone seems to be talking. No one seems to be fighting. And maybe Ruiz is pricing himself out of fights. I mean, I don't know how much stock we want to put into what Tyson Fury said, but he did say that they sent an offer to Ruiz and Ruiz wanted a lot more money than they were willing to give. So maybe Ruiz is pricing himself out of fights. Bear in mind, Ruiz's fight against Luis Ortiz did nothing. No numbers. Rubbish. That being said, Deontay Wilder's fight against Helenius didn't do much either. I just don't know if both of these guys right now know their worth. And I think the biggest problem that both of them have with that worth is that both of them in recent fights, very recent, have been paid very good money. Astronomical money. Like Wilder's last fight with Fury would have been insane. Right? He's getting over 10 million. Ruiz, AJ, again, insane. Probably going to get over 7.5 million for that fight. They're not worth that now. They're not worth it. They're not. So I don't know what Andy Ruiz's dad wants. I'm not quite sure what Andy Ruiz wants. But there is a part of me that thinks that together they can do good numbers. Again, not astronomical numbers. I don't think both of those guys are that anymore. But I think they might have missed their boat just a little bit. Because I thought this fight, immediately after Wilder lost to Fury, I think this could have been a good fight. And I think after the Areola fight, I think Ruiz could have taken this as well. And I think it would have done good numbers. I'm not quite sure now. I don't know if people have the interest in it that I do. I'm not quite sure. But look, I want to see it. I think it's a good fight. Two former champions, one a unified champion, one a long-standing, long-reigning WBC champion. It's a fight we want to see. Both of those guys within the top 10. Some people have Wilder as high as number 3. I don't think there are 10 other heavyweights that can beat Andy Ruiz. So this is a solid heavyweight matchup. But again, it comes down to money. I would love to know. Let me quickly click in the article. I'd love to know what money was offered. It just says a split here. It doesn't say anything about the number, which is a shame. But I don't know. You know, I will say, if Ruiz is so upset, this is Ruiz Sr. I'm talking about, with the offer, you make him an offer. You make him a counter offer. You say, okay, you know what? We're going to make you an offer. This is it. This is the numbers. This is what we're going to do. Then we'll see. Then do it. I mean, I don't know, man. It looks like one is at least trying to get a fight on, and one just seems to be doing not much right now. That's what it looks like. But I don't know. I don't know. Again, is everyone waiting for this Saudi money at the end of the year? I'm not quite sure. Talking of that Saudi money, Simon Jordan, actually on TalkSport today, let me see if I can get it up rather than just see if I can find it. He said something about he's heard from his own sources, and Simon's got his ear to the ground, people, that Fury versus Usyk isn't happening in Saudi in December. Like, ain't happening. Simon Jordan said, this is what he said. I'll read it out. Where is it? I'm being told there's no way Tyson Fury's fighting in Saudi in December. Discussions are ongoing, but I've been told by relatively reliable sources, that this Alexander Usyk fight will not happen in December. Boy. Boxing. You know what it is? In fact, let me not say boxing. Let me say heavyweights. Because boxing's good. Boxing's good. You know how good it is? Oscar Valdez, Emmanuel Navarrete. That fight happens soon. That's a great fight as well. They've just announced the undercard for it. Let me just quickly see if there's anything of interest on it. I just care about the main event, to be honest with you. I'm not too fussed by the undercard, but I think that's a really good fight. A junior lightweight fight as well. Should be good. Should be good, that one. Navarrete can go, so can Oscar Valdez. Don't be taken back by his performances against Shakur Stevenson, of all people, and even his performance against Robson Conceição. Oscar Valdez can fight. He can fight. All right. What's this one? Let me just double check and see if there's any other information that has skipped us by. Teofimo Lopez on himself. Teofimo is a Hall of Famer, no doubt. No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. He's got all the capabilities of being one. I mean, I still hope and harbour ambitions. I think that's the right word, that he comes back, but not sure. Not sure what he does. Shall we quickly jump on again to Michael Benson's Twitter page and see if there's anything else that we've missed? No. Nothing here. No, I think that's it. Yeah, we're done. All right, guys, girls. We will see you tomorrow when we do another video. Peace and love.